on, guys. Guys, hold on. Gentlemen, have a great match.
Welcome to the U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships for 2019, presented by CueSports International, being held at Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is George Teachea, joined by Ben Sutherland.
Hello, everybody.
And we're bringing you live action between Gabe Owen and Warren Kiamco. Mr. Kiamco is to open the break here in straight pool, a race to 125. He's no stranger to straight pool. He's already played a few matches this
He has.
yesterday.
Yep. This is a winner's side action. This is our second feature match of the day. Players will be racing to 125 balls.
This is actually a third round, a winner's match. Warren has had a bye, and then he defeated Ian Costello 125 to 66, whereas Gabe Owen, this is his third match. He wasn't the beneficiary of the bye ticket, and he defeated Bob Jewett 125 to 50, and then he went on to defeat John Mora. So he showed a little steel by defeating John Mora.
Sure did.
Beat him 125 to 85. So here we are with the third match for him and a third round winner's match. It's 12-player field of the U.S. Open 2019 Straight Pool Championships. Straight pool, I'm sure if you're watching, you probably appreciate the game very, very much. It is it's a long time game. It's one that's been played for years, and then 9-ball came along, then 10-ball came along, and somebody was crazy enough to invent one pocket, and my Lord, everything took off. But straight pool is one of the steadfast games of pool. I mean, it was the bread and butter for many of the great players of the 20s and the 30s and the 50s and the 40s. Willie Mosconi set a record of 526 balls in 1954. And just yesterday, we got news that John Owen, I'm sorry. Did he make a great shot as I was talking?
No. I knew where you were going, so I was just kind of giving applause to John Schmidt.
John Schmidt, not John Mora. John Schmidt in Monterey, California at Easy Street Billiards broke that 65-year standing record of 526, shattered it with 100 balls more, 626.
Absolutely incredible.
44 balls, 44 racks, 10 balls. That's a lot of pocketing of balls.
Sure is.
Meanwhile, Mr. Kiamco says, that's a long shot, but guess what? I came to play. He's got a nice shot on the 2-ball or the 10. See which one he shoots. If he shoots the 2, he's going to play the 12 next, then play the 10 for position to break the balls up. He'll keep the cue ball low to go into the stack off the 10.
Yeah, he's going to make sure he stays below this 10-ball. Yeah. Imagine he'll just roll this in a little bit more than pocket speed. Maybe stun up just a touch. Yep.
Yes. Straight pool is also referred to as 14-1.
Continuous.
And if you can continuous to 44 racks and 10 balls, you can tie John Schmidt's record.
Yep, Mr. 626.
And for our sponsors, Cyclop balls, JB cases, Simonis cloth, Discount Custom Apparel, and that 626 ball record was completed with a Predator Revo shaft.
Yes, it was. Predator P3 with a 12.4 Revo shaft.
There you go. Someone posted on Facebook that I saw, it says, price of Predators, Revo shafts are going up.
I had somebody private message me last night that knows I have a relationship with Predator and said, how long until Predator comes out with the John Schmidt version of the Revo?
The 626
Yeah, the
model?
626 Revo. Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
Took 65 years for someone to break that record, so maybe maybe Schmitty and Predator will team up and come up with something together.
Yeah, make a special model just for him. Maybe
Yeah.
he likes it a little different now that actually Predator is customizing the Revo.
Yes,
Before
they
they
are.
just stopped, before they just offered the two, the 12.4 and the 12.9 with the victory tip.
Correct.
So
Yeah, the Revos come with the Victory
Yeah.
Soft.
And that's all. Those are your choices. And now, I believe they will make them from 12 millimeters to. You ask it, you get it.
Yeah, there's a few different diameter settings.
Uh-huh.
They're doing more joints now, I believe, more pins.
Mm-hmm.
They're also offering a white vault plate toward the end, so you have like a little miniature white ferrule, if you will.
In fact, Bob Jewett is playing with one like that.
Is
His
he?
is 12 millimeter, and he has exactly what you described.
I believe they are also offering a 30-inch model. I don't know if any of those have made it to the market yet, but I do know that they were taking pre-order customizations for 30-inch shafts. So I don't know if any of it hit the market yet or not.
And actually, last year I spoke with Torsten Holman, who had one, and he had that.
He had the
Predator.
he had the
Predator do that for him.
11.8
Yeah.
prototype last year. And that one's still not on the market either.
Mm-hmm.
The 11.8. I hit a couple of balls with that. My goodness, that's a powerful cue.
Yeah.
Powerful shaft.
Yeah. Well, you get that graphite composite, and then you get real thin. My, that transfers a lot of energy and English to these balls.
Anyway, back to the action here.
Well, you're watching him run balls.
Warren
That's what we can do for straight pool. He'll probably get up and get. Yeah, that's where I thought he was going right there. Get up and get on those two balls, as I was about to say, and he did it.
That's nice.
See, I take my cues from him, folks. I see what he's going to do, then I call it. That way, I'm rarely wrong. You guys can't laugh at me too hard. Warren Kiamco is from the Philippines, Batasan Hills, Quezon. He was born on May 2nd, so he's just had a birthday recently, 25 days ago, 26 days ago, in 1970, which makes him 49 years old.
Pretty impressive. Guy's a killer on the pool table.
He is nicknamed the Warrior because you play him, you're in for a fight.
Yes, you are.
There's no give up in that man. I've seen him come back from nowhere. I've seen him go up from anywhere. And I mean, he plays pool and he doesn't give up. And he does what it takes to win.
He's the only one I've ever seen double dip Shane. I'm sure it's happened. I shouldn't say I'm sure, but it's likely happened more than once. But all I've seen is the one time here, I think it was last year, the Andy Mercer event. We were talking about that yesterday.
Oh, that's
I
right.
think.
Yeah, you did mention that.
That was a bar table 9-ball event. But
And that's 14 ball run for Mr. Kiamco. Now, I don't recall how he got his first shot. Didn't he break?
he did. Yeah, he broke.
So, where did he get
I
his
don't
opening
remember what
ball?
Gabe did. He didn't pocket a ball on the break. Gabe did have a shot. Can't remember what he did.
And then Warren stole it away. He's at the table. Regardless of what he did, it
Yeah,
wasn't effective.
Warren started the rack with a long shot, a tough shot
Yeah,
on the
that long 9 ball.
down table. Yeah.
I remember the shot. I just don't know how he got it. I guess Gabe broke and left that.
I thought Warren broke.
That's right. I just said Warren broke, and I said the other. So he must have played an effective safety, or thought that maybe distance would cover it. Gambled. I don't know with at this level. I don't know that anything covers it. Distance doesn't hamper some of these players.
No,
Not
it
at all.
doesn't. A little bit elevated, slightly over this 15 ball here. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Warren.
Warren's letting. Oh, that was clean. It didn't look pretty, but it was clean.
Yeah, it was. He's still at the table. I don't know how aggressive he'll be here. I could see him playing a safety and leaving the cue ball up table.
See him taking a scratch right between between the 10 and the 6 there.
Good.
Can you see any part of the 8?
I think you can. Yeah,
You can see
I
part
think you
of
can
the
see the
18.
top
Yeah.
enough to bank it kind of down by the 9 and send the cue ball up table and
Where he's standing.
not sell out that 8 ball.
That's exactly what he's contemplating right now. He went up there to see what he can see from that angle. What do I leave if I put the ball here? 'Cause that's what I was looking at. I was looking at going off the 8, banking the 8 down below the stack and taking the cue ball up to about the first diamond and just freezing it on the rail. But you don't want to even give up that combination, that 11-13.
No, yeah. I
you
think
don't
he
even wanna
might
give it
actually
up,
try to
so-
leave the cue ball toward the upper right-hand corner pocket. The only access to that 5 and, or excuse me, to that 11 and 13 at that point would be through the 5 ball. So he'd be more or less playing a 3-ball combination.
He left axis and didn't like it. You saw by the wave of his hand.
Yep.
He says, well, I gave him this shot.
He doesn't like it when he left the combo or the 8. I
Yeah,
think
the 8 ball's a thin cut. Makeable cut. If you had this plain 10 ball and had to go up and down, you would shoot this ball all day long.
Yep,
To get
certainly
on,
would.
on that 9. Of course, you'd be hitting the 9, but I think you follow my point.
Yep.
Not you, the people out there.
Well, I think we all did.
He could go off the right side of the 8 if he can hit it, if he can just feather it and go back up to where he's just to the left of where he's at now. He's going to take an intentional. I thought he was going to take an intentional. When he looked over and started to, what I thought was get down the ball, he's shooting the 8. Hello, I can make long shots too.
Yes, he can.
Mr. Gabe Owen.
He freed up the 9.
This is the same shot Warren had.
Yeah, to start.
Yeah, the start is 14-ball run.
I think the high run we've seen so far is 73 balls by Billy Thorpe.
Mm-hmm.
Came
And
up just a little short against Shane.
In a losing effort against Shane. Shane ran 68, I believe.
Yeah, so
in
they're
that
very
same
close.
game.
2 pretty good runs there.
It was over in 5 innings. Maybe 6.
Mm-hmm.
5 or
It took
6.
an hour and 1, hour and 2 minutes.
And again, Gabe says, I can make long shots. Not a problem.
It's 2 back-to-back shots that certainly weren't hangers.
I'm not a multiple Texas Open champion for nothing, or a Derby City champion,
U.S. Open champion.
U.S. Open champion.
He's been around a while.
Yeah, that word champion just seems to, go with my name. I like it.
Hadn't heard his name in a number of years. And
Yeah.
he just showed up at the WPA event last month. He played that. He played the U.S. Open last month. He's here for this event, so it's nice to see him.
He got his nose open for tournament play again,
Yeah.
huh? And here's Gabe Owen. When I met Gabe, he was pretty young. I think it was 2004 or 2005 when he spent a month in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
He was a
Car
young
broke
man.
down, right?
Yeah, his car broke down in Tucson. Well, they were coming through Tucson. They had been in Phoenix, and they were in Tucson. And I think he spent close to a month there.
Probably got some of the nice pool players of Tucson to pay for that car repair.
I'm sure they contributed heavily. And now he comes to Las Vegas for the WPA event. And I'm sure he's going to come back this summer, because this summer we have a lot of pool in Las Vegas.
Boy, do we ever.
CueSports International has a great lineup. And not only CueSports International, there's one tournament with CueSport International and Predator combined for the U.S.
World 10-ball
for
championships.
the World 10-ball championships.
100,000 added, 30,000 for first place.
That's right. We have a couple of tournaments that are world. We have the BCA Pool League World Championships, 17th through the 27th. USA Pool League National Championships during the same time period, 17th through the 27th. And during that time, in an arena at the Rio, there will be the Diamond Las Vegas 9-Ball Open, $25,000 added tournament, 17th through the 20th. It's limited to 128 players. 9-foot diamonds. It has a $275 entry. If you want to play in that, you better get your entry in. Go
Yeah,
online
it's gonna
to
fill up.
playcsipool.com and get your entries in because it's limited to 128 players.
I might even play in that one.
There you go. I hope I don't draw you in the first round. I'm teasing, folks. I'm not going to play in.
Drawing me is as good as a buy.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
We like to nil each other, folks.
Yeah, we do.
August 8th through the 10th, we have the U.S. Open 10-ball championships right here at Griff's. And then the 8-ball, followed by the 8-ball immediately, the 11th through the 13th, the U.S. Open 8-ball championships. So that's a very healthy lineup for pool.
And each of these 5 in total U.S. Open events, the 3 we have this week and then the 2 we have in April, each event has 10,000 added to it for a total of 50,000 added across the board.
Well, yeah. Yep. And this event actually has a little more money on the side because there's an all-around. Tell us about that, Ben. Isn't that like $5 grand worth more?
Yeah, 5,000 in total. A little more than that if you want to include the bonus for first place. If you play all 3 events and you win the all-around, you also earn yourself a $3,500 bonus and a spot into that Predator World 10-ball championships we were just talking about. Second place all-around still earns themselves a healthy $1,500 bonus.
Yeah. And you know that invite to that Predator World Open, did you say it was $500?
Yes.
Yeah, it's $500. So that's not a bad meal ticket there.
And that one is limited to 64 players. And if you win one match, you're in the money.
Yeah.
32 players are getting paid.
I believe first place is $30,000.
Yes, it is.
With $30,000, I could buy a new Harley. It's funny, I'm selling mine.
Are you?
Yes.
I think I'd pay off my car, pay a couple of debts.
There you go. Can you see this 1 ball? Or the 3? Or is he up against that ball with, doesn't throw into the corner?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Tough to tell.
He doesn't look real happy. He's looking to see if the 7 ball will throw into the left side of the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it might.
It will. I think if he shoots the cue ball kind of toward the 1, graze the side of the 7, but kind of, oh, no, he's going the other way.
Oh, if he can see this is a shot, of course. And he wants to, is he going to come around or draw around? Oh, he's not. He can't see that ball. He can't see. He's playing safe. Well, he can. He's trying to see. Oh, he just touched it and took an intentional foul. He touched it so lightly, I didn't see him touch it.
I didn't either. When he first got down on it, it kind of looked like he was looking for an intentional on that 7. I didn't think he would do it. Just has to be hit so well. What just happened?
Oh, I guess.
Does Kiamco have the option?
He did not take an intentional. Either he took the same or he doesn't have an option.
I'm not sure what just happened.
He told him to check that it was frozen. Warren wanted to check it.
Oh, okay.
So he walked away.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't think I saw him touch the ball. That's why I said, did he just touch it? Yeah, we couldn't tell exactly what went on with that, what appeared to be unintentional. Because I didn't see him do anything with it. Did he? He didn't move the score, right?
No.
Okay. Well, he came over a little too far and gave up that 9 ball. Or the ball by the side pocket. And Warren took advantage. My question here is, will he fire this 5 ball off the 10? Hit the 5 ball straight where it's at and draw the cue ball back. He might not even just stop it. Looks like it's lined up straight in. He keeps looking at it. He's not going to go be that. He's not going to be that aggressive or that foolish, is he? 5. He's just said 5. He is going to be that aggressive. Well, oops. See, if I was shooting that ball, I wouldn't have cut it. I would have played it off the ball.
Off the 10?
Yeah. It looked like it went. I'd have to look at it from down there. He probably did and didn't like it. But that's what I'd be looking. That's from sitting here, looking at the monitor. But those shots are hard to play. You know, even though they look dead, something can always happen.
Yeah.
So you're still risking, you know, you shoot it 10 times, you're still risking maybe missing it twice when you think it's dead. And I just make up those facts and figures. But you know, I just look at it and I say it should go this many times. Actually, I have a chart for every shot and the percentage. Just like poker players have all the numbers memorized in the cards, I have it for every time I've missed a ball. I was an 80% favorite to make that ball. You didn't know this? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I also got a bridge. You want to buy it?
No.
Oh, no, it's too bad.
Thank you. I've used a bridge about 3 times in my life.
You've used the bridge?
I don't use a bridge.
Really?
I don't ever need to.
I wasn't talking about a pool bridge. That was good, though.
Sorry.
I was going to say, what do you go across when you cross over aqueducts, whatever? You know?
Yeah, I see where you went with that.
Yes, I forgot. Yesterday I was doing all week I've been doing commentary with
He's
with
got
Ben.
a very unique wrist action, does Gabe.
Yes. And it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been. Hope we can do it again at some more events. Well, you'll probably be out here again in July, no?
Hopefully.
Any plans yet?
Hopefully.
Okay.
I have it scheduled in case I get the call.
Yeah, I've left a 2-week period of my schedule open as well.
Oren says, can I get some taller shoes?
You going for his extension?
Have you ever played in boots?
In boots?
Yeah, like heels. not stilettos. I'm talking about
George.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just tell on you?
No, I just kind of wondering where you play pool.
Oh, of course.
What you guys doing down in Tucson?
Cross-dressing.
Oh gosh. No, you know, I don't believe I ever have played in boots. I don't even own a pair of boots.
Sometimes when I've ridden my motorcycle, I stop and play pool, and you know, it's just a little bit different when you're elevated. You know, you're not used to playing in boots. I'm used to playing in dress shoes all the time because, you know, for 34 years I worked for Wrigley, and you know, when I had time, I'd play, and I was in my dress clothes and in shoes, and quite comfortable with that, but not with boots. I mean, hiking boots or motorcycle boots.
Yeah,
Just
the
feels a little different.
only boots I own are snowboard boots.
You don't play pool in those.
No.
You can
I know
try
what you're
my
saying,
ski
though,
boots,
as far as like a height difference, because I do have some shoes that are noticeably taller than others, and I'm already tall to begin with. So when I have to bend over playing pool, I can tell, you know, kind of based on my shoes, which pair I'm wearing. So when I play pool, I typically try to wear a flatter, lower shoe, something that keeps me as close to the ground as possible. I don't like to be super.
Yeah, see, he wanted a little more angle on that ball. He wanted the cue ball more to the left, so he'd be able to come to the rack a little steeper than what he's going to come into it.
Cue ball, can you clean it?
He's asked him to clean the cue ball.
Can you?
They're using the Cyclop Hyperion balls. The cue ball is rather unique. It has spots like the measle ball, and then it has little, not triangles, rectangles on it. Red rectangles also, too. And that's just, I guess, to show the difference between balls. I'm just guessing on that. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it.
Well, I don't believe that Cyclop could put red dots in the same spot as another manufacturer. I think there would be some sort of infringement or something there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that would make sense.
That would be my guess as to why they kind of went half with the circles and half with the rectangles.
Now you know why I ask these questions. Benny Breaks has all the answers.
That's a little bit speculative there, but I think that makes sense.
That's a big word, Ben. Speculative.
Blow your mind once in a while, buddy.
Apparently. That's why I get in the booth. I learn something new every day.
We need to get a score update here. This is not correct what we see on screen.
players tell me where to go. Benny tells me where to go. Everybody tells me where to go. Warren's still at the table here. He's going to make them 2 at a time.
That's 2.
Yeah, the 3 ball doesn't go by the 4. So no shot on the 3. Am I banking the 8? Is he banking the 8 or cutting it? If he cuts it, he might decide to come into the stack a little bit. I don't think he wants to shoot it too hard, though, so. It would not be out of line for Warren to bank the 8 in the side. Unless the 5 ball goes.
So we've got a score of 19-5, according to the players. Yet 28 balls were pocketed in the first 2 racks. That doesn't add up to 28. I'm wondering where we were off on our math.
I never saw the 9. I've seen a couple of players try to go 2 rounds to break the stack from here. He just went right into it.
Turned out pretty nicely, too.
Gave him a shot by the stack.
Plenty of options
Gave him
here.
a shot on the 8.
Yeah, if he chooses to, he can leave that 11 there. It's a great break shot.
He's got a lot of work to do to develop it because there's you can't get to anything.
Yeah, there's plenty of traffic down there, isn't there? I think he's looking to see if maybe the 5 or 3 past the 4 ball to the lower right. The 5 may. I don't think the 3 does.
Past the 4, yeah. There's that long bridge.
Yeah, he could probably kill this ball right about where it is. Yep. So the 5 must pass.
See, it's funny. The cue ball looks like it has, you know, the round circles on it. When you get up close to it, they're not round.
Yeah, the 9 ball is unique too. It's off the table at the moment.
Yes.
The 9 ball that we're using.
And don't they have the extra 8 ball and 10 ball?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, a typical ball set comes with 16 pool balls. You got your cue ball and your 15 object balls. This Hyperion pool set actually comes with 20. It's got an extra row of 4 balls. It comes with an extra 9 ball, an extra 10 ball, an extra 8 ball, and an extra cue ball.
And do you know the reasoning behind that, just for looks?
I don't know the reasoning. It's pretty cool in my opinion, certainly unique. You know, if you're playing 8 ball, you can swap out your traditional looking 8 ball like what you see about center table right here, or up table I should say. You can swap it out with the other 8 ball, which has a different graphic on it. It's got a much larger number 8 on one side, and then it's got the Cyclop logo on the other side of it. And the same with the 9 and the 10 ball. You just have much bigger, more vibrant numbers. So I suppose if you're playing 9 ball, you could swap out the traditional 9 ball for the new one, and you know your money ball kind of stands out a little bit more. I just think it's pretty cool to have the extra option if you want it. Obviously, it's not necessary, but it's a super cool thing to have on offer.
You know, you would think that a set would come with an extra 1 ball, since when you play 10 ball and 9 ball, that 1 ball is getting pounded by the cue ball every break.
Well, maybe they'll hear you.
No, I
come out with a 21 ball set.
And I just thought of that right now. It just kind of struck me. And
well, I must agree with you there, because I know in my 16, 17, 18-year career, I've probably broken 9 or 10 1 balls.
Really?
Yeah, on break shots. Yeah, I've cracked them or chipped them.
See, where I was going with that was, I grew up on the border of Mexico, Nogales, Arizona, and I'd go across the border to Mexico to play pool. And when you played 8 ball, well, they didn't play with 8 ball with the 1 and the 2, because the racquetballs was always from the 3 to 15. They played that Mexican pool where they put a ball on every spot, on every, on every diamond, and the 3 ball would go on the spot or in the middle on the bottom. And the 3 ball won a spot to start the game off with. And I would ask him, why is there no 1 or 2? And that's because of that game. And then they would always say, always put the 1 and the 2 in front because it's harder than the other balls, back when they used to play with clay balls.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so, and I had seen balls shattered, you know, playing. So that's why it just, and all of a sudden it just clicked in my mind saying, well, you know, if I'm going to have extra balls, maybe it should be the 1 and the 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. Certainly does.
Ben is being nice to me, folks.
I try to be nice to everybody.
Sometimes it's tough. I
Yeah, if
rarely
you know me,
try
it's
to be
tough.
positive. I always try to be positive, but I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard work. Some people just don't get it.
Maybe you can help me understand where the missing 4 balls went after 2 racks. Should the total not be 28?
They went in the
There
pockets.
wasn't a foul. No, I know, but I'm looking at the ball count at the bottom. We've got 19.5. That adds up to 24. We had 28 balls pocketed in the first 2 racks, and I don't believe there was a foul committed. So those should, in my opinion, total up to 28, unless we missed something.
All I can say is I decided not to keep score. I'll just try to keep track of the high runs, but not keep score. So I actually really don't know where that extra 4 balls you're talking about are. But Tim has been doing a fantastic job of keeping score. And so,
Yeah, and we actually got word from the players at the end of rack 2 that it was, or excuse me, at the beginning of rack 2. End of rack 2, sorry.
well, I will say that Warren's match yesterday had several errors in the score.
Did it?
Yes. And he did say, please, somebody teach me how to keep score. So I don't know, but the player score is the official score. What they turn in and what they have out there is the official score.
Again with 2 on the break. 2 on the break shot from Warren. That's a pretty good break shot, too. A little cluster there in the middle. But he's got, hey, there you can see the 9 ball, folks.
There you go. Yeah, it's a good shot of it.
Got a big, bold 9 on one side, and the other side's got the Cyclop logo. And this set of balls did come with the traditional 9 ball as well.
We put that one up just to confuse the players. Corey Dool walked in to a table, and he walked over. He goes, "What's with the 9 ball?"
Yeah, probably hadn't
So,
seen it. Well, no, he had
yeah,
seen it.
explained
Yeah,
Well,
he used those. We used these same ball sets during
okay.
the WPA event.
So then why was he pulling my leg?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't remember.
Hmm.
Or maybe he was on a table that didn't have.
Possibly.
Could have been.
I don't know. He played quite a bit in that event, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He finished in the money. I'm not sure. Did he?
I believe so. I don't. There was a lot going on over that
Yeah,
2 or
there
3
was.
week
It's hard.
period, and I don't want to put
It's
false
hard.
info out there.
Yeah, I don't know. That was actually a question that I actually made it a statement. He finished in the money. No, that was actually a question. He finished in the money, right? Let's do it that way. So.
I wonder if he'll thin this 15 and come into those 4 or 5 balls. He's going to have to do something at some point, or
he
play
does-
the 7 and
yeah.
draw up and do it.
I was going to say he'll probably use the 2 ball to open those balls up, but he doesn't want to move the 2 ball, I don't think. But he still has to develop those. Yes, good call. Nice call, Ben. But now the only shot he has is the 7 ball. He's got to get by the 12 to make it.
Yeah, it's tight.
So we'll have to look at the 3 ball, see if it goes in the side. Or can he make, if he can make the 7, he's going to play it.
He may have to go rail first with that 7. It's tough to see. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's got
That's a great angle there.
That's a
He's
great
got
angle.
just enough of it.
Thank you, Tim. That's one of the great things of having cameras at 3 different points, one on each side and one overhead. And that is we can get angles like that to clarify and help us and help you see if a ball goes. You at home,
Yeah,
you get to see it
Oh,
too.
we've got 4 angles. I forgot about this one. So we've got
The
the 2
side
foot
one?
angles.
Okay.
We've got the overhead foot angle. And we've got this side shot here.
I like it.
I like the two that we've got near the corners, especially for
Yes.
straight pool in one pocket, because you know, majority of the balls are played into those bottom two pockets. So to be able to get some good angles is
Proper planning.
awesome to see. Yeah. Production crew is awesome. Vincent and Tim are outstanding with this equipment.
Vincent
Some help from Gary Andrews as well.
Nice bunch of guys to work with. They almost make me want to go back to work. Almost.
Almost.
I love Warren. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love Warren. He's looking at something. He always goes to scratch the head. I've seen. Oh, I love watching him play one puck. You'll see him do that quite a bit. We look for it this weekend.
I like the head scratch.
It's
Yeah, no,
coming. Look for it.
I've seen it here and there. You know who does that a lot in Arizona too? Some players may or may not know him. Great player, Bobby Emmons.
Yeah.
Bobby does that quite a bit
Or
too.
he'll brush the back of his head.
Yeah.
He'll brush the back of his head.
Kind of shows you that they're human. They got to take
Yeah.
a moment to think once in a while.
Yeah, the times I've played Bobby, when I see him brush the back of his head, I know I'm getting it. Bobby's a very good guy. He's actually, I get along very, very well with Bobby.
Excellent player. Phenomenal player.
It's funny. I know Bobby doesn't know this, but this is just a little story, and I don't even know if I should even share it. But I'm playing pool against somebody, and there's somebody talking to Bobby, and Bobby's watching the match. And the guy says, "What do you give this guy?" Referring to me. Bobby says nothing. He goes, "What? Why not?" He goes, "Because he plays that good." I was so flattered by Bobby
That's
saying
pretty strong.
that. You know, I was very flattered, because Bobby and I have played for years now. You know, we meet in tournaments. I don't gamble with him, and I would say my record against him is probably close to 50-50. You know, I've won my share, he's won his share. But he finishes higher than I do.
And there was a time when he didn't like playing even. When we were about 16, 17 years old. I mean, he never said no, but he didn't win for a couple of years.
There you go.
And now I can't get there. So it's pretty funny how things swing.
Yeah, but he is a good guy.
Yeah.
Bobby's cool.
So Warren trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together here. Clear out these last three balls and leave himself position on likely the 2 ball.
And now, just to clarify, that I'm not saying that I play even with Bobby. I think he's got a 715 or a 720.
Yeah, he's about
before I go.
720, 730, somewhere in there.
I'm at about 657, so that gives you an idea. But I just seem to find something or something in my game affects the way he plays.
Pace.
I don't play slow.
No.
No, not at all. I don't think I do.
Everybody plays slow compared to Bobby.
Well, that's true. And Warren doesn't play so either, but he's not going to like this too much.
Oh, he might.
He's going to have to cut that 5. He's got no choice but to cut the 5. Unless he chooses to bank the 2. I mean, he's got... Yeah.
I'm trying to find a way to make the 2 and bump the 5 out of that rack somewhere, but that's a tall order.
I'll tell you right now, if I have this shot and I'm playing pool, I'm playing straight pool, I'm going to try to cut the 5 in the lower right-hand corner and take the cue ball 3 rails for shape on the deuce. 3, possibly 4.
Can he pocket that 3 to the lower left as we view the screen and hold the cue ball for the side pocket that he's faced with at the moment? If he was to shoot the 2, if he was to cut the 2 into that side, it's a little bit of a cut, but it takes the cue ball right into the rack. But yeah, some people prefer not to take those side pockets into play if they don't have to.
Well, if he shoots the deuce, the 5 ball's in the rail, in the rack. He'd rather try to give himself a break shot.
I was wondering if he could pocket the 5 and hold for position in the side with the 2.
Gotcha, understood. Now see, I would have come around, I would have hit the head rail.
Yeah. Wonder how he'll handle this break shot.
He'll probably just push the 2-ball. I don't think it goes by the stack. If it doesn't go by the stack, he'll probably shoot the 2-ball to the corner pocket, towards the corner pocket, and put the cue ball against the rail. Against the rack, excuse me, not against the rail. Gosh, what am I saying? Against the stack.
That's tough. It might actually pass. See if we can
Yeah,
get.
it just might.
See if Tim pans over here.
Oh, it looks like it just might pass.
One more angle. I think
Can't
it does. I think it does.
Why don't you run out there and look?
Warren, wait.
Wait. Can we look at this, please? It passes. He's shooting it. He was straight in.
Wow.
Well, fortunately, it's not that big of a mistake.
So it's going to cost him 1.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna
look
cost
what he
him
did.
Yeah, he's going to
What's
force
Gabe gonna
Gabe
do?
to break.
No, it's essentially like starting the set over.
How often does this happen? I haven't seen that happen very often at all. Unintentionally. I've seen it happen intentionally.
I don't.
I don't think that was intentional.
In one pocket, do you prefer the break or the second shot?
You know, this shot here, I tell you, those two corner balls will bank up to the upper pockets. It's kind of crazy to shoot it, but they will bank. He's going to go right up against the
I'd
ball.
love to see him call a ball and break it like 8-ball. Oh, he's taking the
foul. And he says, "You handle it."
I don't really hate that play. That's why I asked you before he shot it. Do you prefer the break or the shot after the break? I think
It depends what I want to do. I think he'll go off the 5 and go 3 rails, I'm sorry, and try to leave the cue ball on the first diamond by the corner pocket against the rail, against the head rail. Just like this. He found the pocket.
Yeah. I think if I'm playing straight pool, I'm gonna chunk my lag on purpose. I want my opponent to break.
He's on 2.
He is, and we haven't touched on that this set. Do you want to explain to the folks that might be tuning in for the first time what you're referring to?
Okay, 3 consecutive fouls by the same player. You get penalized 1 on the first foul, penalized 1 on the second ball, and on the third foul, you get penalized the 1 and 15 balls in addition.
So 3 in a row will cost you 18 points in total. And like we just said, Warren's on 2. Now I believe it's going to be Gabe's responsibility
to let him know. Yes, but
I'm not familiar with that.
Just think of this. If, let's say, Gabe puts him in the stack for a safety on his next shot, and he gets up there and he moves the ball, touches it by accident. He just lost 18 balls.
We're playing all ball fouls as well,
all ball
folks.
fouls. So
your clothing touches the ball, or your bridge hand, or your cue stick.
No contact. So, you know, because if he's aware that he's on 2, the chances of him scratching are extremely slim.
And I've never seen it in straight pool, so
I don't know that he knows the rule about the 15 balls. Since he's not real familiar with straight pool, I'm not sure he knows.
I hate to say it, but it's his responsibility to know what it is in the rules.
It is. I definitely agree with that.
But at the same time, I kind of feel for him if he doesn't know. But like, he's got to. It's the player's responsibility to know all the rules. And
he's a professional.
The format. Yep.
He's a professional player.
And we could be wrong too. He very well may know about that rule and doesn't care. He feels like he's not going to do it a 3rd time.
I'm just saying it because it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, it's an interesting rule. That could be a big swing. I mean, any points lost could be drastic on the outcome of the match. But if you lose an 18 points, that's more than a full rack. That's a big hit.
Yep. Well, right now it would get him down to 30 balls. From 45. They're racing to 125. And they've exchanged punches here several times. No one's really run more than a rack at a time.
Actually, we saw a pretty healthy run. Yeah, you're right. Not more than a rack or so.
Nice shot by Gabe. He wants to open that ball up. He didn't open himself a break shot, though. So he's going to have to. Does he try here
With the 4-ball?
with the 4-ball? I think I'd rather try to get below the, is that the 15 ball and the 8 there? Below the 14 and play the 14 up to the upper. That's a long shot. No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. That's a dangerous shot.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know that I want to do that. But let's see how Gabe handles his pattern here. See if he see what he plays shape on.
He could run into it here. He could probably come above that stack too and play the 14 to the lower right and use the cue ball to burst into those. Watch the deflection on the cue ball.
Yeah,
Where's it going?
Well, how do you like being there? See, that's the problem with running into it when you don't know what you're hitting.
I like being there more than I like being where he
In the
potentially
pocket.
could have been.
Well, where he potentially is in a dangerous position, he's got to make this ball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. I don't know where you would play safe here, unless you pushed it to the point or just. I don't know how you play safe. You got to go for the 10.
The 10. I think he's going to go for the 12 on the side.
Think so?
You really stay away from those side pockets as much as you can.
Well, here's why I wouldn't go for the ball on the side. What's he going to shoot afterwards?
It's true.
If he
He's
pockets
going
the
to have
12,
to
what does he shoot next?
manufacture something. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He shoots the 10.
You're right.
Now he's going to have
You're
something.
right, sir. I missed from the booth.
It's okay. Nice shot. And now he's got the 8 and the 9. And now he's back in close within his half table proximity where most players are comfortable pocketing balls playing straight pool.
He did very well.
Yeah, everything happens within those 4 pockets, the bottom 4 pockets. Those 2 corners pockets up on top, don't see much action playing straight pool.
I'd like to see someone play straight pool on a Chinese table. The rounded pocket,
Yeah,
the rounded, tighter
right,
pockets.
the Chinese 8-ball table?
Yeah.
That's basically
It's like a
snooker table, a little bit bigger pockets. I'm not sure if they're bigger or not. I know the cloth is different, though.
Gabe, one of those players that shows a lot of how he's feeling, just in his face and his mannerisms. You kind of get a feel for what he's thinking and how he's feeling at the moment.
So when he gets lucky, you know it, and when he gets a bad roll, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
He lets you know.
He sure does. That's one thing I work. Well, I haven't been playing much lately, but was working on toward the latter part of my playing was trying to play in a fashion that my opponent and anybody watching the match can't tell how I'm doing. Is he winning? Is he losing? Is he happy? Is he sad? Is he in a gear? Is he playing terrible? I don't want anyone to get any type of read on me. So that was one thing I was kind of trying to work on. It's tough to do. It's really tough to not show any type of emotion or express any feeling.
Especially when you get a bad roll. Or you
Yeah.
feel you get a bad roll. It probably isn't, but you think it is.
I catch myself talking to myself once in a while when I play too. I'll miss a shot. Come on, Benjamin.
A little John McEnroe over here.
Yeah.
Pumps himself up with anger to play better.
Yeah, sometimes I'll try to, if I don't know my opponent too well, I'll try to find something really quickly about them that I don't like or that I can use as a fuel, if you will, or fire, fuel for my fire. It's tough to find that ammunition when you're playing against somebody you know or somebody that's a really nice person or somebody that's never really done you wrong, anything like that. But playing against a complete stranger or somebody you might have a rivalry with, it's kind of cool, in my opinion, to...
See, I'd rather not even think of my opponent.
Huh?
No, I'd rather not even think of, not even have an opinion. I just try to focus on the. I've had better success, you might want to say. I might want to say, just when I focus on the table, and not the person.
That's probably the right way to...
And when I do show frustration or anger at the table, it's because of what I've done, not what my opponent's done. What they do is just doesn't faze me. It's what I do. It's when I fail to do something right, or you miss an easy shot, or you overlook something, you shoot something, and then you sit there, why didn't I shoot this? Or why didn't I? Then you get frustrated with
And that
yourself.
can be ammunition for your opponent as well, too. If they see you getting frustrated, they can feed off of it, and you know, they might play a safety when they don't need to, just to aggravate you a little bit more.
Yeah, well, they, no comment. That's fuel to the fire for me. And you know John McEnroe?
Yeah, tennis player.
Well, guess what? I'm along the same lines. I sometimes will beat myself up to force myself to focus.
Yeah, Johnny McEnroe, controversial tennis player.
Controversial? No controversy. He's a hothead. And a great player.
Yes, phenomenal.
But he would feel himself that way. He would work himself into a frenzy almost, and then he'd come out just playing gangbusters.
When I was about 8 or 10 in Fountain Hills, Arizona, I went to Andre Agassi came through town, and I went to a tennis clinic with him for a day. Myself and a handful of other kids in town. It was pretty cool.
Must have been fun.
Yeah, I don't remember too much of it. I was really young, but it was pretty cool from what I remember.
Gabe says, this isn't fun. I'm trailing 45-4. I've made some balls, but I need to make a lot more. Like a 28 ball or a 42 ball run would be real nice about now.
Yes, it would.
And here I am on the rail. I don't want to shoot the 15 because, you know, it's my break shot. Then shoot the 14. But the 2 ball's nice. Yeah. They're not getting any easier.
A little bit funny here.
Which
options,
do you prefer,
though.
the 13? Well, you can shoot at all 3 balls.
Yeah, I think
they're all about the same as far as degree of difficulty.
I like the 14 here because he's on it and he's not guaranteed to get on it again. He likely would, but he's on it now and he's got natural path to get on
The other 2?
any of the other 2.
Yeah. And all he has to do is just hit that second rail and he should be on either one. Same shot.
Yeah, I kind of like that he played for position on the 13. Going from the 12 for position on the 15 is probably a little bit more natural, a little easier.
Somebody's learning straight pull over here.
I pay attention.
Okay. Yeah, getting to where you need to get for the break shot is much easier from the 12 than it would be from the 13. Or much higher percentage, too, I think.
Yeah, and if he does get a little bit funny, he's got the whole upper half of the table and 3 rails up there to negotiate if needed. And at that point, he'd likely be coming into his line rather than away from it had he used the 13 as his key ball. This is going to be nice. Just run this in with a little top.
Yeah.
You touch the top right.
But that inside English can force a skid.
See how he opts for position here. On the 15 ball. Looks like he's going to draw into the long rail. Come back out. I like it. Gets really close to his work. Gives himself a nice angle. Beautiful shot. Wow, what a beautiful shot that was.
Longer shirts.
Pardon me?
Longer shirts.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's run a commercial. So we are sponsored by Diamond Billiard Products, Cyclop Pool Balls,
JB Cases, Predator, Discount Custom Apparel.
Visit dcashirts.com, Kamui,
Go to playcsipool.com for all the BCA events, BCA Pool League events, CueSports International events.
It's all on the
Information,
website.
All information you might want to have, the rules.
you want to check out the brackets, go to ctsondemand.com. You could check the our bank pool statistics from a few days ago. You can follow
Or
the
a few
straight
years
pool.
ago.
Yeah, it goes back all the way
goes
through
back.
about 2014 or so.
Goes back quite a way.
13.
If you've played the BCA Pool League before, and you want some information, just go to the search, type your name in. It'll tell you when you played last. It's a wealth of information.
It sure is.
Absolute wealth of information. Yeah, I could find a match from years ago that I played. Cry all the way to the bank. I mean, cry all the way to I didn't make that cut because I lost to this guy.
Now you sound like me.
I'll tell you right now, I haven't had much luck when I've come to the. I seem to play a couple of good matches, and then I have a letdown somewhere along the line, or I just let down on one shot. One particular match I remember real well. I played the guy that won the, what was it? The 9-ball. No, it was the 9-ball or the 10-ball. I think it was the 9-ball. Where you alternate, and it's a race to 5, and you play one match. It was 2 out of 3
2 out of
races
3
to
sets,
5.
yeah.
2 out of 3 sets. And the guy that won it the year I played, we went Hill the first set, Hill the second, the second set, and had to go again the next set. When Hill, I ran out. I missed the 8-ball to win the match.
Ouch.
Probably the only ball I missed, because there was a couple of those sets. Neither one of us missed a ball. I just got the break first.
Yeah, bar table, Magic Rack 9-ball.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the year that rack came out.
The guy was from New York. I'll never forget that.
I want to say 2012, Magic Rack came out. I think the first event that was used was the 2012 U.S. Bar Table Championships in Reno. That was the very first event, major event, if you will, that when Magic Rack came onto the scene, the template racks.
I don't know if it was the Magic Rack. I don't remember if we used it.
I remember using it in 2012 in Reno. And I won't forget, because I played a perfect set against Arturo Rivera. Rest in peace. He passed away a year or two ago.
See what you did to the poor guy?
I played a perfect set and lost. He didn't let me finish.
Oh.
He won the lag.
Ah, so the same thing that, yeah. Along the same lines.
Yeah.
I did play a perfect set. Just that first set was that way. The second set was pretty close to it.
Yeah, I lost 7-6. Such a nice guy, Arturo.
It's funny when I play guys that I don't know in a tournament, I don't even note if they're nice or not. As long as they're not jerky to me, that's all I remember.
See him play the 4-ball on the side potentially, maybe the 12.
The 12.
Yeah, I think the 12's a better shot. I didn't.
And I think he'll play it softly, so he doesn't disturb him too much, except just open him up.
Yeah, it's a good.
He's going to hit the bottom of the middle ball there, the 6 ball. He's going to hit right about, and he'll stay there. He's almost guaranteed a shot on the 10. If he hits it hard, take away the guarantees. What did he just do?
He just waved like there was a fly or something.
Oh, I thought maybe he heard me. He said, "Oh, shut up."
He's very animated when he's at the table.
Well, we're into this match, and we're not halfway there.
Yeah, we might have another marathon match.
Barn burner.
Yeah, we saw it last night, last match of the day. With this man as well, Gabe Owen and John Mora.
And he did play that. He did open him up. He did keep the 4 ball there. He may as well take the 11 ball now, because if he doesn't, he's going to. Well, he doesn't have a point. He's got the 9 out there to get to it. All depends what he wants to do here.
Our next feature match, which is scheduled for an hour and 2 minutes from now, 4 p.m. Vegas time, Pacific. We've got on the schedule John Mora and Corey Deuel.
Correct. John Mora defeated David Zepp, and then Corey Deuel defeated Ian Costello by way of forfeit.
Yeah, he had a... Corey forfeited his first round yesterday. He wasn't here. He was on his way from that tournament in Louisiana. Alex made it as well. Good to see both of them. So Corey made his way to the B side by way of forfeit yesterday. And then it ended up with a bye, I believe, on the B side. And then his opponent today on the B side didn't show up until too late. I think he thought he had a 3 p.m. match.
That's
oddly enough, we don't have any matches scheduled for an odd hour. Everything's 12, noon, 2, 4, and 6. Excuse me, 12 noon is the same thing. But noon, 2, 4, and 6, and 8 p.m. if necessary. So we don't have anything scheduled for an odd hour, such as 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 p.m. So there was some sort of miscommunication between him and somebody yesterday. Unfortunately, Ian did forfeit that match to Corey. And I heard Corey make a comment a little bit ago saying that he's going to buy his way into the money. And not buy meaning purchase, but BYE. Gain enough buys to make his way into the money without hitting the ball.
So I was trying to find out if we had any more nights going to 8 p.m. for those of you out there and listening to us. And actually the answer was we don't know yet. We had some, I think the finals were scheduled for 8 p.m., but we changed those to 6 p.m. and we moved one of the matches.
I imagine we'll see
we'll see what the one
an 8 p.m. match or two in the one pocket.
Sure,
yeah, because we're going to have bigger time slots for those, and we've got a few more players in that event.
What do we have in that so far?
I believe 18 was the last, 18 or 19 was the last I'd heard.
Well, actually, I'm going to look it up. We have a little bit of tiempo. If I can find it.
I've got 21 at the moment. 21 signed up for the
found
one
it
pocket.
already?
I did. I already had it on my phone. I gave you a minute, but I already had it up.
Well, you should have said that when I bothered looking.
Well, now you can just keep it there in your tabs.
But I'm already there.
All right.
I think.
Yeah, we've got 21 on the schedule so
Just
far.
go right back to the bracket.
That's jumped up by 3 over the last 24 hours or so.
And we're hoping, I'd like to see some of the guys from Louisiana come out here.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You know,
I think we were hoping to see Scott, but he's got that match with Danny Smith, the shredder.
I guess I saw a little bit of that on Facebook. I think they had, after the first day, they were dead even.
Yes, they were. According to Scott, they were even. I think at one point, Danny was up 2 or 3. Not sure if Scott had a lead at any point in the match, but Scott shut that down real quick, tied it back up, and
are they playing,
probably get back at it today.
On the headset?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would imagine. I think I saw an ad for it, but there's so much pool stuff going on right now. It's kind of hard to stay on top of all of it.
Well, the one pocket starts on Thursday at noon. Players signed up are...
You want to know all?
Well, just a
I
few
suppose
of them,
we can
like
run through them real quick.
Alex
There's only-
Pagalion, Shane Van Boning,
Yeah,
Billy
we've got-
Thorpe,
I'll list some of them.
Warren Kiamco, Gabe Owen. We have a contingent from Phoenix coming out that's pretty nice. You got Gus Brasino, Chris Adams,
Correct.
Bernie Pettipies. What other names?
We got
do I
Mitch. We
recall
got
seeing?
Shane.
Mitch Ellerman.
Alex did make it, as we said. Maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't. We got Preacher Ron coming out.
Yes, and actually Jay Helfert will be playing in the one pocket too.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's in there.
Yes.
Yeah, Preacher Ron Ratand. Had a nice afternoon with him one time. We played a game of one pocket and a game of golf on the pool table at my house one time. We went all afternoon, played for quite a while.
Yeah.
5-6 hours.
He had a phenomenal. He had probably one of the best outs I've ever
Against
seen.
Scott?
Yeah, in one
Against
pocket.
Scott.
And that video is on YouTube too. I
Yes,
believe
it
that
is.
was an on the rail production from Lenny. Could be wrong about that, but if you go to YouTube and just
You can find
search,
it, yeah.
you know,
Preacher Ron out.
Scott Frost and Ron Rutan,
Yeah.
Rutan.
It's one of the greatest outs.
It was absolutely
Yeah.
remarkable.
It's funny.
It's only 3 balls or 4 balls on
Yeah.
the video, but it's well worth the 3 or 4 minutes or whatever it is to watch.
And he made me laugh with that one because about not too much before that, I'm playing a gentleman who I hold in very high regard by the name of Pete Glenn. Remember Pete Glenn?
Is that Dell's dad?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm playing him one pocket in Tucson, and he left me the same shot, and I had the same result.
Did you?
I kicked it over and made it.
Wow.
Came across the ball and made it.
That's
Uh,
you give me 100 tries, I
And then
not even close.
And then right after that, though, he made 2 beautiful outs on me. They were just I'll never forget that session we had that night. We had a few sessions, but that was one of the big ones that I remember real well.
Now, didn't you nominate his father?
I did for
For
the
the Arizona Hall of Fame?
I did. He used
That's
to
very
own the
cool.
Golden 8 Ball. He long-standing in the pool community, has one of the best cue stick collections probably in the world.
Yeah.
The Glenn family, oh yeah, they got a great collection.
Yeah, I saw Dale up here yesterday.
Yes, I did see him.
Or Dell, I should say.
Yeah, Dell. But yeah, I did. That's one of my nominations. For those of you who don't know this, I am actually part of the Arizona Billiard Hall of Fame committee, you might want to call, or board of directors, or
Committee?
Committee. Let's
All
go
of the
with
above?
committee. All of the above.
I think Scott's the president, no?
Yes.
I'm going to have to move back and step my pool game up if I want to
How'd
get
you
on
know
that
about
list.
that? That wasn't public.
I don't know about what.
That he was on my list. You little turkey.
I know everything. Okay. No, I truthfully, I spoke with Dell yesterday.
Ah.
He told me that he was going to thank you for that.
Yeah, I had lots of sessions with Pete. I loved Pete. He was a nice guy. We got along great.
I don't believe I met the man.
I've played with Steve, his older brother, too. In fact, I have a standing invitation. Steve says, whenever you come to Phoenix, give me a call. He gave me his phone number because I enjoy playing him. You know, he's always been a great guy, too.
Nice.
They both stand up. Good one-pocket player. Thus, I don't call him. If you're listening, Steve, now you know why. Just kidding. I get a chance. I don't make appointments. I've never made appointments to play anybody. I just pretty much go to the pool room when I have time. That way, I don't have to take time away. If something comes up, I don't have to say, "Well, sorry, I can't go," or whatever. I just show up at the pool room. If there's somebody there to play, I play. If I don't, oh well. No biggie. What's that on the table on the left side there?
Chalk.
Okay.
To be a little more specific, I believe it's baby powder.
They keep. Is that? No, it
It's
looks
Gabe's.
Like,
Gabe keeps going over for it.
Okay, for baby powder.
Yeah, he was doing it during the U.S. Open as well, or the 9-ball U.S. Open.
Okay.
So we'll give the rails a good wipe down after this match.
Gabe, if your hands shouldn't be sticky. It's dry as. Get up in there. It's a dry climate.
See that arm movement?
Oh, did you see this shot? He's not happy. He's right up against 9, nothing moved, and he has no shot. And a happy camper, he is not.
Yep. Or nope, I should say. I think he feels the heat a lot. I think he's...
Well, he hasn't been playing a whole lot. So, yeah, he's trying to get back into it and Does he feel heat? Yeah, when you haven't been playing, you really feel it. Wow, what do you do from here? Go across the 15 and try to leave the cue ball between the rail and the 1.
Can he cross the top left side of the 15?
That's what I'm looking
missing
at.
the
I'm not
bottom
sure.
left
Yeah,
pocket?
the thing is he has to cut the 15 back into the 1, so that
Yeah.
changes everything. I thought maybe he could do. If he can hit the 15 full, he can follow the cue ball to the bottom.
I
See
guess
what I'm
there's-
saying? With
yeah,
a little bit of left and spin right up against the 1.
I was trying to find a way up table, but the 6. I mean, if he doesn't
No,
hit it
the
perfect,
6
he's selling out the
yeah.
6.
Uh,
So yeah, he's in a pickle here.
If he can come straight down on the 15, he can shoot the shot with a little bit of left English and come up. It's going to be a delicate finesse shot, but he's a 1 pocket player. He can come up and roll up on top of the 1 and not give up a shot.
I see where the point he's emphasizing with his hand there, I think, is where he wants the cue ball.
He's going to take an intentional. And there it is.
Yep.
I fouled Warren. Yeah, I touched it. So I had 4, so I give myself 3.
Well, actually, you don't mess up the rack. Just take it off the total score.
If I was Warren, I think I would do the same thing that Gabe just did to me. And put him back in that same position, knowing that he's going to be on 2 before me if he tries to do it again. Oh, he just told Warren he's on 2.
Up from earlier? Okay.
You're still on 2.
All right.
I'm sorry. I told you earlier. I'm telling you now.
So it rolls over through racks.
Yes.
Oh.
As long as he hasn't shot.
3 foul is 15 points and 3 rack, and then I can make the break.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, as long as he hasn't shot, he's still on 2. I remember the 2.
That makes perfect sense too. That makes absolutely
and we
perfect
talked
sense.
about it.
We
Yeah.
it's been so long that we've kind of assumed it was null at this point. Myself anyway. And that's kudos to Gabe for being on top of it.
And kudos for saying something, because
Yeah.
he could have said something afterwards. And actually, he's got to warn him again.
Does he?
And he did this. He did the right thing right there. He reminded him prior to him fouling, because he was about to foul again, that he was on 2. Some players may not say that, and you know something? I think Warren would be
Given another.
justified in calling the ref over and saying, "Hey, he didn't tell me."
I think the rule states that they need to notify their opponent on the opponent's approach to the table.
Right.
So if he did tell him earlier on, it wouldn't have mattered until
Yeah, that was 2 racks ago.
Kiamco was coming to the rack, which he was right here, and Gabe did a good job of notifying him.
Yep.
And I don't believe Warren is too concerned about that 3rd foul. I think he's more concerned about selling out. I mean, you could get a good hit on pretty much anything you
Warren,
wanted to, you would think.
Warren plays good 1 pocket, so if he's able to, he will spin down and leave the cue ball on the bottom. That's the only shot I see that's any, good percentage and effective.
Does he not sell out the 1 if he does come down table like that?
Leaves it on the rail. If he leaves the cue ball on the bottom rail, no.
The 1 cuts into the.
I'm saying to use a little bit of left English and roll up on the 1 for coming from the bottom rail. That's why I said it's a very delicate shot, but a good 1 pocket player will execute that, or has the tools to execute that. Whether he does or not on that 1 particular try, no. It could be.
I feel like this cue ball stays too close to the lower left pocket and sells out the 1 to the lower right. Oh, I didn't know he could sell the 15. That's a good shot.
Kind of just the opposite side.
Now does that 10-9 combo
Up in the corner.
up to the top left? I don't think he's even looked at it yet.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's not worth looking at to him.
Well, I'm sure if that ball's dead, it's going to be worth looking at. But how do
think so.
you, if he has to, he'll have to
There he goes.
shoot to the left side. It's not kissing. So you have to shoot right at the diamond and hard enough to transfer enough energy to get the 9 ball all the way down there.
Yeah, maybe it's.
And make
Well, we'll
sure
see.
it doesn't throw. Yeah, with a little left English, he'd be able to do it. But he could throw the ball. He's the guy at the table. He's the guy with the angles. It looks like it's to the left side of the pocket, to the long rail, in
Yeah,
other words.
I think so.
Mr. Kiamco was rather effective there.
Yes, sir.
It's a bank shot. Just lined up. 5. I don't like it. Can he bank the 5 or just hit the 5 and end up against the 10 where he doesn't give up the 14 to the side?
Can he?
He's going to take another foul.
Now I'm on 2.
So another one off the top. Thank you, Tim.
Warren says, you're on 2, right? Whoa. You just taught me something,
Yeah.
Warren says. Now I may use it against you. He's going to go for it.
We are playing all ball fouls, so keep an eye on that 4 ball. If he hits it with the bridge or his cue stick.
Oops.
Yep. I like how Gabe called it on himself. I'm on 2 now. So Warren opting to take the foul as well.
He gave him distance to bank the 5.
You're right.
Might have been better off just tapping it right where it was. Maybe he thought he could cut the 8 ball from there since he's taller and can reach it better.
Yeah, that thought certainly could have been lingering in his mind. I don't know.
Can he go
You can't see
2
it.
rails? I can't see what he can do from here. I'm trying to see if he could go 2 rails and go right into the 9-10, but he's going to bank the 5.
I wonder how he'll treat the cue ball here. Is he really planning on making this 5 and going to play for position, or is he just going to try to pocket the 5 and treat it as a 2-way, leaving a tough shot? That was offense the whole way. And a good shot, too.
Yeah, Warren backing away from that 5 made it where he didn't have to elevate to bank it, and made it possible to go ahead and shoot it. And, you know, 50-50 bank. It's probably more than a 50-50 bank.
Yeah.
Probably
70-30.
Probably, yes. Right. So you're going to, since there's a bonus and you're behind.
That might have even been better than 70 for this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you and I could probably get up there and hit that about 70%.
Speak for yourself.
You're going to shoot 80 or 90% from there?
I don't even think of myself at the table. Although when I, look at shots, I kind of gauge things on what I would do, and then I consider who's shooting and figure out, okay, they do it better or worse. And when I do the U.S. Opens, They usually do it better. That's why I'm in the booth.
That was a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I got a line of balls, but everything seems, aside from the 2 ball at the moment, everything seems to have a pocket.
He'll just play this 14 ball and follow the cue ball to fall on the 9 with the 4 or the 6. He can roll forward. He can draw the ball over for the 6. He's got choices. Plenty of choices. And a pretty good shot to start with.
I like drawing here,
Mm-hmm.
keeping the rails out of play.
And he hit it perfect. He gave himself just enough angle to disturb the 2 ball and have a shot on the 1.
Disturb the 2 ball here.
Yeah, he wants to move it a little
On
bit.
this shot?
On this shot.
It looks like he's too straight.
Does he? Right here, it looks like he has just a little angle, a stun over, move the 2 and have a shot on the 1.
If he's got the angle, I like the shot, yeah. Maybe my point of view is a little funky.
Mm-hmm. Somebody in the bleachers just dropped something as he was about to get down on the ball. I think you could have heard. You heard that clank.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got a
He
little
does have
angle.
a little angle.
Yeah.
You're right. Look at you calling it.
Yeah, but he didn't do it the way I thought he should have. I thought he would have. Yeah, I thought he should have played for the just a little stun and played for the 1 next. Now he's got a steep cut on the 6 ball, on the 7 ball there. Very steep cut. Oh my.
Body English, that one in.
I'm going to say this again. I've been holding off. I was admonished for saying this by a fan or someone that makes comments on YouTube. He said that I said on a shot one time in the previous match, I said I saw a shot going like that. It was Corey Deuel actually shooting the shot. He ran it, made a real nice run. He shot the 8 ball, and the 8 ball went just like that. And I said, he used the whole pocket. This guy says, you don't know what you're talking about. I actually have a messenger. He comes in, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you honestly think he wanted to hit out there? And I just said, do you understand sarcasm?
That's funny.
But he said I should never, ever commentate another match.
I think somebody was either telling me about that or I read that.
It was
actually.
a funny thing. I could take my phone out and go to Messenger and
Maybe you
show
showed
you the
it to
whole
me.
conversation. I might have.
I think you
but
did.
I laughed about it for about a month and a half or 2 months because I responded to him. He sent me a messenger and I responded to him.
I think you did show me that.
And it was the funniest thing. He was just, he didn't think I had any business in this booth at all. And it was all, he said it was due to that because I asked him, well, you know.
I wonder who it was.
I have the guy's name.
Yeah.
Well, his messenger name, whatever he is on there. But I'd love to meet the kid. I just thought it was so.
You were telling me about that. When were you telling me
I
about
don't
that? Because
know,
we haven't
'cause
seen
I
each
don't
other
really-
for a while.
You know, but it was just so funny.
So I think we saw him looking, just looking.
He wants that 10 ball.
Yeah.
He's going to move it here.
The 10 ball?
Yeah, I think if he comes across that 9 ball, he probably hits the 4. If he hits the 4, he might move that 14 right into the 10. Because he's going to have to, and it all depends how he hits this.
I feel like he can snatch
He
that
might
back
as-
and not touch the
he
4 and
may
play the
as-
4 to the same pocket as the
Yeah.
9.
Well, I'm thinking he may as well shoot the 10 and come around and get the 4-14 and use the 9 ball for a break shot.
Yeah.
He can use
I
it
don't
to
like
the
being
side
above
pocket.
the rack. I don't
Use it
think.
for the side pocket
Yeah.
and go into the stack.
Maybe that's what he's doing. You might be right.
Because if he shoots a 9 ball, odds are he moves the 10. So he might as well shoot it and use the 9. And just draw it straight back. Play the 4 and get on the 9 ball for the side.
Now, if he was to make a mistake and leave the 14 ball in the rack as his last ball, does that go on the spot?
It goes on the head spot.
That's right. We talked about that yesterday, didn't we? Or day before? Yesterday.
John.
Spots up over there, right? Spots right here, don't it?
Gabe's actually calling the ref over to clarify what I had just asked. He wants to find out.
Just the last ball, it's in the rack, it spots down here. Is that correct? Now, what if they're both down there? What if they're both stuck, the cue ball and the last ball?
Yeah, ball in hand to the kitchen, you got to shoot at the rack. You can't hit the ball on the spot.
That's a good question. John's actually going to clarify that as well. That's a very good question.
If the ball's on the spot, I believe he can't play the ball.
John got his answer. He's coming back to
And we'll
Shed-
ask him
shed some knowledge.
for definite
See if it-
clarification. I think he has to shoot at the rack. I don't think he can shoot at the ball on the spot.
Yeah, that would make sense. Otherwise, you could play it that way. Potentially give yourself an angle with ball in hand.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Practice that shot enough, and you could turn it into
a break shot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, like a re-break almost.
There you go. See, so it's like a re-break. You can't shoot the ball on the spot.
good question there.
A re-break with the ball on the spot, on the head spot. So
That makes it very tough to
Yeah,
play that,
exactly.
that 2-3,
Exactly.
possibly 4 rail with the cue ball up table like most people like to play on their break
See,
shot.
I just like shooting the 4, the 14, and playing shape for the 9 in the side pocket and using it for a break.
Look
Missed
at
it.
that movement.
Missed it. He moved all the way there. He leaned because he knew when he hit that ball it wasn't clean. And I don't think he approached, your pre-shot routine, I don't think he approached it the way he's approached the other shots.
No.
He was standing sideways.
Yeah. Now we've got all 3 of them in the rack.
Yeah. He might just play the 14 combo.
Well, we're about a third of the way there, and we're
At 2 hours?
at an hour and 25 minutes right now. We do have a 4 p.m. match scheduled. Do not believe that will go off on time unless someone just goes on a
Tear.
fast tear right here.
He's back cutting the 4. Warren, look at the
I love Warren.
Look at the combo. No.
Well, you can use the 4 or the 14.
14.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because he's going to start with the 4. I don't think he's going to shoot something else other than the 4. If he plays, nah, it doesn't matter. No.
What's your opinion on a shot clock and straight pull?
30 seconds or 40 seconds? How well did you like using the shot clock at the WPA? Sped things up, did it not?
We didn't use a shot clock at WPA. We did use a shot clock
US Open.
at the U.S. Open.
Correct.
Each match had a referee and scorekeeper designated to it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I think it kept things going. Unfortunately, I
Yes.
had to make, myself and John Lehman were overseeing the final match of day 2, I believe. And we had to make a call against an Asian player for not calling her extension. Ended up calling a time foul on her and giving her opponent ball in hand. Thankfully for her, it didn't affect the outcome of the match. And she was not happy with myself or John for making the call, but she is responsible for knowing the rules. She does need to call extension once the player has issued their 10-second warning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the scorekeepers are pretty good about letting the player know when there's 10 seconds left.
Yeah, 10 seconds and beep, beep.
And it
beep,
wasn't,
yeah.
she wasn't a stranger to the rule either, because, you know, racks prior, she had called for her extension. So she knew the rule.
Okay.
But she still got through the match, and we chit-chatted a little bit the next day, and I kind of said, you know, I'm sorry for what happened, but you know, you kind of need to know these things.
I think what happens in a case like that is the player gets upset with themselves, and they take it out on. They can't get mad at themselves, so they want to get mad at somebody else.
She was playing against another, she's from China. She was actually playing against another Chinese player, but this Chinese player was American-born and doesn't speak a word of Chinese. Well, when we made the call, she, the one who got the foul called against her, turned to her opponent and started talking in Chinese. We assumed she was talking negative about myself or about John for making the call, but the gentleman she was speaking to looked at her and looked at us and said, I don't speak Chinese. So she was trying to say something to him without us understanding it, and even he didn't understand it, so it's kind of funny. But
I think.
So we're tied up at 44 apiece after 7 racks.
He got pretty straight on this, didn't he? He's got a little bit of an angle. I'm just going to get close to the rack. Wow. I was just going to say, I'd pocket that ball and get close to the rack so I could play an effective safety.
Just push into the rack and leave it frozen to it? Or would you do like a break shot type
Oh,
shot?
no. I would have gotten close and probably skimmed off a ball and come back into the stack like a one-pocket safety.
I don't think Warren has enough angle to
He could
power
bank.
this into the
If he
side.
wants to shoot it, he can bank it in the side, draw the ball to hit the bottom rail and come up and hit the rack. Look at Warren. Look at Warren. Look at him, Mr.
That's a great
Kiamco.
shot.
Follows the ball with spin, left-hand spin, left-hand English, goes 2 rails, hits the corner ball of the rack to develop a shot. A straight in shot.
Yeah.
And a stop shot here gets him the 6 on the side to open up the rack. Kind of like the break I wanted Gabe to develop on the 9 ball.
It's nice to look around the room, and some of the VNEA players that are out for the day or out for the event have made their way over, and they're appreciating this high level pool here. So Warren now with a nice, fairly natural angle to just drag into the stack.
Yeah, just medium speed with.
I think I might use a little top to escape the rack if I can.
Yes, I think to push through it. Yeah, that's what he's using. A little bit above English, above center.
Hit those and make sure you clear out of it.
And he's got a shot on the 13 ball. I think. Maybe not. He's raised. No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Unbelievable. He's just in disbelief.
Not happy about it.
No.
Don't blame me.
Now he's modeling.
Strike a pose. I wonder if there's any reward in shooting this 5 like a stop shot, freezing the 11. probably clear the 12 ball in the same shot, too. Oh, the 11 ball went. Oh, my gosh. What a great shot. What a great shot from Warren. Again, not left with anything easy. So Warren doing a little bit of thinking. I can't tell if that 15 passes. I believe he's got all of the 13 if he wants to go that route. Something tells me he'd like to get rid of this 15 to free up the 12.
Well, if he comes up to the three, three goes. Oh yeah, one goes too. Oh, he just barely got by there. How angry would he have been if he got stuck behind that 13 ball?
Yeah, we would not have seen a happy warrior there.
No.
He'd been tapping that. He'd break that chalk tapping it so hard.
Oh.
Is he looking at playing the 13 and taking the cue ball into the 10?
I believe so. Because he was lying. Yeah.
He has a slight angle on this 12, but I don't think it's enough to drag up into it with enough force.
3 ball's in a good place.
Yeah. As a right-handed player, I like playing this 13, taking the cue into the 10, just because it's got a good reach on it. It's easy to reach for a right-handed player.
You can play this ball and play position on the 13 and leave the cue ball just a little bit above of where he's at, so he can play the 3 and break him out. And look at the 5 ball. The 5 ball goes too. With you get just to the left of it, and you can draw into the 14, open that up. So he's got ways to open up the rack. Now he went for it. Now he got he's perfect on the 5.
One might go too.
Yeah, but he doesn't give him a break. 2 balls in that. Well, the 2 ball's a nice break shot.
2 ball's pretty good too. I know he's going to have to address that 14, 7, 10, 8 issue.
Yes.
Something could push into position for a break shot there as well. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if he went for the breakout right now.
Yeah, he's doing it now. And he draws this a little bit. He gets on the 1 if the 1 goes. Oh, he went forward. Yeah. Oh, if he clips the 1, guess what happens?
No good.
No, he would have tied up the 1, 2, and he'd still have the 3 though. His insurance. I think the 1 may have been his next shot if it goes. I can't tell.
I think I actually like the 1 as a break ball better than the 2. I think it gives the cue ball a little more time to scoot down into the rack.
So does he.
Pretty awesome watching him figure it out.
I would draw up, get on the 10, so I can just follow and play all 3 balls into the same pocket, or just iron the table. Go back and forth. Shoot the 8, shoot the 7, hold for the bottom ball and get on the 1. He's going to have to move his cue ball around regardless to get on the 1.
Is he going 10 ball next, or is he going 15 ball next? 14.
It'll probably be a combination of. He's going to go down lower first.
He can just naturally roll this forward, a little bit of inside if he wants to.
Our 4 o'clock match is John Mora and Corey Duell. That should be a nice battle right there.
Yeah.
Corey's renowned for his straight pull skills, 1 pocket skills,
His
9 ball
creativity.
skills, creativity. Facing John Mora, they're both world-class players.
Yep. John's world class with 2 hands.
He is.
I think that match could go either way. I think if they were both to play left-handed, we would favor Johnny in that one. Just given his
You didn't know
performance.
Corey was left-handed?
I didn't.
Neither did I.
No. Maybe he can play equally as well left-handed. That would be super scary.
Yeah, it would. He's drawing the spot. Just follow it.
I turned my head for a moment. I'm surprised he didn't pick off that 14 2 shots back. That's why I'm here and he's there.
So we're down to the same place. Remember, if I said he plays the 3, draws back for the 10, starts with the 10, he irons the 2 balls, this is where he'd be. And now he just comes straight up. And he's got to come straight up. He's got enough angle to come straight up.
I'm going inside.
You going inside and going around?
I want to make sure I stay on the left side of the 1.
Now what if you don't come out far enough?
Just like that.
He came out far enough.
Warren gonna
Little break.
take a little break. Suppose we could take this moment to thank our sponsors again.
Oh, yes.
We got Diamond Billiard Products, Cyclop Pool Balls, JB Cases, DCA Custom Apparel. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. How's it going?
Simonis. Is that where that was going?
That's for Simonis, yes.
Simonis Cloth. And of course, Predator Cues. Check out PredatorCues.com or PredatorGroup.com. They are the official cue and glove of CueSports International. And of course, we are coming to you from our host location here in Las Vegas, Griff's Billiards. Got a lovely day outside today.
I've done that 3 or 4 times. I can't stand that.
Against what?
I hit my ring against the earphone. And
Oh, yeah.
Did it blow your ears off?
No,
Okay.
not too bad. So Warren is leading by a score of 58-44. We still don't have either player across the halfway mark. And we are scheduled for this to end in 20 minutes. I don't believe that will happen. Hopefully, Corey and Mr. John Mora, who just walked through the door, hopefully they know what's going on. I would imagine they do.
Well, they know that they're on the stream table, and their match begins at 4, so I'm sure they won't have a problem
Waiting a few minutes.
waiting a few minutes.
And I'll tell you what, while they're on break, I am going to
Go for it.
step away for just a moment. I'll be
You
back in
guys-
just a minute.
You guys are stuck with me right here. I won't say too much. Guys, take a break. Go get something to eat. Go to your fridge. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 3:40 here in Las Vegas. All depends where you're at as to what time it might be. They didn't turn off the mic, so I'm just going to step away for a second myself, get a drink of water.
What's that, 58?
58-44.
Mr. Kiamco is back, as am I. This is George Teachea, joined in the booth by Mr. Ben Sutherland. And this is the 2019 U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships. We just finished with the Bank Pool Championships. And Shane Van Boning was your Bank Pool champion for 2 years in a row. Second place was Mr. Billy Thorpe, 22-year-old young gun from Dayton, Ohio.
All right. Sorry about that.
And the players are back. The balls are racked.
Your slacker of a co-commentator is back.
Slacker, I tell you.
All right, back at it.
He's got a nice break shot here. He's going to go into the stack. How hard will he hit him? Are we going to hear a whack?
I'm going to say about 60, 70%. I think 100% is not necessary. And anything less than that, he's liable to be stuck in the rack or not get a good breakout.
I think I would hit these like if I was cutting the one ball and trying to leave the cue ball in the upper left-hand corner. In other words, not real hard. Not as hard as that, and that's precisely why. What almost happened.
Oh, yeah, he almost
Yeah.
crashed, yeah.
Any harder?
That's why I was saying I wouldn't go, you know, full speed, Mach 10. Obviously, the faster you get that cue ball going, the higher percentage it has of scratching.
If the 11 passes, I'd play that.
I kind of like the 14 now and then the 9-12 combo.
Eh.
Or the 11 and then the 9-12. Either way, he's going, as you would say, ironing the table, kind of back and forth. Had he played the 14, he could have treated it more like a stop shot and been straight on that combo. Obviously, he didn't want to address that right now. He may be able to play the 9 underneath the 14 to the lower right.
He can just roll forward and not play any combo.
Yeah, he can play the 9 to the lower right, right under the 14. There is enough room to squeak through there. Is going to have to be struck pretty well.
I wonder if he'll come up and move the 3-6. Yep.
Sure did. Didn't do himself much favor there, though, did he?
He's got the 4.
Yeah.
He's got the 14, the 15, I mean, on the side. He's got the 12.
Yeah, as far as the movement on the 3 and the 6.
Yeah, no, he didn't. See, he's not. I don't want to say upset himself. He's wondering, why couldn't I hit that better? Why bother? Who cares? Look what you have now.
Yeah.
Work it next. You know.
He's a perfectionist.
Yeah, apparently.
A lot of these guys are. Shots that we would be thrilled with, they aren't quite up to their standards.
I would like to think that my attitude would be, oh well.
That was a great shot.
See, he has ways to get there already. There was nothing wrong. He just stopped
and he created a great break opportunity if he wants to leave that 3 there.
The 3's better than the. I think the 3's better than the 2.
Yeah, I think for a right-handed player, especially one who's not super tall, I think the 3 is going to favor him a little better than the 2 will.
I'm going to tell him you called him vertically challenged.
You tell him. Hopefully he doesn't come after me. I'm not much of a warrior.
Two rails to the middle of the table.
Could be. I think I like playing the 7 next. Going
Nope,
7
he just
ball.
played the 7 ball next.
7 and the 5, what I'd be doing.
Yeah, now he's. I guess he can stun up for the 6 or the 7. I mean, 6 or the 4. 3 ball probably goes by the 4.
From here, I think he's playing the 5 next on the side.
Okay.
That's just my guess. I like how we both have different
views.
pathways that.
Remember, the side pockets to me don't exist.
Yeah, I love the sides. I love them, love them, love them. Hated them when I was early on.
There you go.
He might be taking. Yeah, he's
I don't
going
like
for the
that
5.
shot. That's a small pocket from that angle. That's a small pocket.
So he's a little over a diamond out and about a diamond down. Maybe you and I can address that shot
It's a
together
small
later.
Don't like it.
Okay, you can have it. It's small. You gonna play the 8 here? Or you gonna play the 4 and I'll come around?
The 8.
Yeah.
I'll play the 8 now, so I don't have any balls on the rail to worry about. Where I might get straightened on and I can't get off the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Because to get shape on the 8, he's going to have to come across, and you might end up on the rail. And then you can't get off the rail. And you're not happy. Or you got to make things happen that you don't really, you know.
You gotta manufacture
can avoid.
something.
Exactly.
Kind of create something that wasn't necessary. prior.
I want to take care of the 6 and the 2. I want the 3 ball for my break shot.
I can't believe he's taking this shot right here.
Well, then he's using the 2 ball. He
Yeah.
likes it better. It's higher on the rack. Some players prefer the ball higher on the rack. Some players prefer it lower in the rack. The reason I like the 3 ball is I'm left-handed and I shoot better no matter where I'm at to that pocket.
The 3 ball?
Yeah, where it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be going over to the bottom corner. So basically, like when I play 1 pocket, that's the pocket I choose. You reach more balls, you can, when you're running balls, you can reach balls better. For a left-hander to this lower, the pocket right in the middle of your screen, lower right, as a left-hander.
Is he too straight here? Can he come 2
No.
rails underneath it?
Oh, yes, he is.
We're going to see a similar
He's gonna
shot to
have
what we saw.
follow. He's going to follow at 2 rails. And well done. Look at the speed.
He hits
The
that so
speed's
well. He did the
perfect.
same thing earlier in the set, rack 2 or 3. So another lovely run from Warren. I believe that takes the score to 44 and 72. Yep, there we go. So we are 9 racks down, going into our 10th rack. Warren officially over the halfway mark by about 10 balls, 9.5.
Notice all the posters along the wall there. They're all memorabilia.
Yeah, the wall art in
All
here
the great players
is awesome.
throughout history. Some of the bulletins, tournament bulletins from way back when. Some pictures of players, some pictures of bulletins. Got a good shot on the 4 ball. See where he goes to the 4 ball. 1 ball and the 4 ball are actually nice break shots. But the 4 ball is an excellent beginning shot.
Mm-hmm.
Five next.
Excellent option. 5 or 8. I think the 5 probably does make more sense.
No, either one. Maybe the 8 ball does. And just a little stun to play the 9 ball next. And then come up for the 6, then the 5, and then, it just works his way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing about straight pool. There's no particular order. Any pocket works. Any combination of balls works. Go with the 5. You did go with the 9 next, regardless. So yeah,
I think he'll be nudging that 8 ball on this shot. Yeah. Plenty of options here.
Mm-hmm.
We can guess all day.
He doesn't want to guess. He wants to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. So he must not mind the combo, or he's going to play for position to the 8 to the lower right at some point.
Yeah, the combo's not bad anyway, but yeah, I don't think it matters to him. I'm just surprised that he could have taken care of it a little bit ago when he shot the 9.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have come up off the 9 into the 8.
Bump the 8 out of the way.
Bump the 8 up. Now he's going to have to play back towards it or for it. And is he playing the 1 ball here?
I think you can see enough of the one. We got a great camera angle and still can't tell what ball he's shooting at.
Shooting the 14, 15, excuse me. Up and around. So I guess he settled in for the 1 ball as his break shot. 10 ball and the 12 need some work.
Yeah, I don't like that combo.
He's got the 11 ball to handle his work there.
Yeah, if he can get straight in on that 11 in either of those.
He can do it right now. He can shoot the 7 ball in the side pocket, go 2 rails to end up right by the side opposite side pocket, and have the 11.
And if he does end up with a little funny angle, he can draw into the
Yeah, he can just come out
11 or 10
off the rail.
or 12 or 10, excuse me.
If he ends up dead straight in, he just stops it for the 12. Hello.
Yep, that's what he'll be doing. I'll take the 12 or 10 next, whichever one he gets better on. I think he's
The
looking
heck
at the
is
12.
that?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Is that a flag flying across the camera? That's what I think it was. Tim's laughing. Did you see it, Tim?
I'm actually going to look at the. I'm going to look at the replay.
Okay.
We've actually got this. There's about a 20-second delay or so, 20, 30
yeah.
seconds between us and what you spectators at home are seeing.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch
That's
ourselves
funny.
on replay here. We are broadcasting our own stream through the pool room, just in case you're on one side of the room and can't see it.
Yeah, you can watch it. You can watch it live right by the table.
There it
you
is.
can- or you can see what we're seeing.
Yeah, there was a little fly or something that went
All
across
time.
there.
There's your side pockets. See, here's what I don't like about side pockets. If he shoots the 14, he has to run the cue ball for shape. If he shoots the 10, he's got to move it around for shape also. So because he didn't get straight in where he wants to, or get the right angle to go to his next shot, he has to run the ball. Of course, right here he's just
stop
going to
this
go.
ball?
Can you stop it, or just kind of? He's probably
Just
going to come
baby it,
forward.
like, naturally?
'Cause you don't want to really draw it.
You could play the 3
I
or the
guess
6
he's-
next.
Yeah, he's going to want to go.
Oh.
He's trying to get rid of both side pocket shots. No.
He muscled that ball into the side a little harder than I
Yeah.
thought he would.
Well, I don't like rolling them real soft. I don't like floating them.
I find somewhere between floating them and hitting them as hard as he just did right there. That's a little more speed than I'd be comfortable with, I think, into that.
When they're like that, I don't mind them. But I find that when I float balls is when I get skids.
Yeah, skids and
Yeah. So
the dreaded table roll on
Uh,
occasion.
so I'd rather not float balls anymore. I'd rather just roll it like he did. Now see, it doesn't really matter. He's going to play the 1 ball next.
That surprises me. He's going to have to leave himself a pretty big angle on this 3. Like almost frozen to the rail or almost cross center table. Yeah, you can see I'm looking at what I was just saying there, just about on the rail. He doesn't have to do much work.
Just has to stun it.
Just got to, stun it, pocket, make sure he pockets the ball.
Oh, I'm not thinking. Are you worried about pocketing this ball?
More than I would be worried about pocketing the 3. But I wouldn't really be worried about either one too badly. So another 14 from Warren.
Does that put him in, is already on there?
Yeah, the score on the screen is accurate.
Ah.
So I believe we have, I want to say, a 42 ball run going.
Oh, run it out, Warren.
44.
14 gets you to an even 100.
I think he started his run in the 7th rack at 44 balls. Ran 14 there, 14 the next rack, and then 14 in rack 10, which we just saw. This is rack 11 starting now. So yeah, he could be at 100 real quick here. See how this break shot goes. Yeah.
If you've been with us since 12 o'clock at your home, you can see the difference of styles of play between, for instance, Shane Van Boning, Billy Thorpe, Warren Kiamco, Gabe Owen. And you can see how it seems that when they have a rhythm, things go much faster.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're rather deliberate and unsure, since Warren, I don't believe, has played much straight pool at all. So he's a pool player, professional pool player. So but he's taking his time to see if, he probably compares his notes from what he was told how to play straight pool.
Yeah, we've been playing for exactly 2 hours now, and about 10 minutes ago, the score was tied at 44 apiece. So we've seen 42 balls pocketed, or excuse me, 42 balls pocketed in about a 10-minute period. Whereas for the first hour and 50 minutes of this, we only saw about 100 balls in total pocketed. So like you were saying, that agrees with what you were saying as far as when a player gets into a rhythm, it tends to go much quicker. So that's a good observation. See the wheels turning. Trying to figure out exactly how he wants to attack. At some point, I believe the 2 will pass to either lower pocket.
And plus, in general, though, Shane and Billy both play faster than Warren does.
Yes, they do. Wonder if that has anything to do with age? Maybe?
Don't look at me and ask.
No, I'm not looking at you. I was. I can see why you would think that, though. I did kind of turn toward you a little bit. I was leaning to get a better view out of the booth here.
It was like, you know what I heard there? I heard, I wonder if it has anything to do with age, old man. That's what I heard.
Oh, gosh. So many options. I don't like to.
Well, he wants to run the balls in
Try to
sections.
guess.
He wants to run the 3 balls over to that one corner there on the right, and then run these 4 balls on over to the left corner. Play one pocket on 2 different pockets, and then use the 14 up on top for his key ball for the break ball, which is the 12.
I like it. I do like that route.
So come up and he'll have, if he gets too far and he can't see the 8 because of the 1, he's got the 4.
Mm-hmm. Left himself a couple of insurance options, if you will.
He says, I'll fix that. I'll just move the 1.
No, he doesn't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, he still has to pocket the 1.
Well, yeah. But,
but now he's behind the back. How do you like this?
I love it.
I'd rather be up by the 4 ball shooting the 8 than being there.
Very Bustamante-esque.
Yeah, well, now he's got to shoot the 1 ball. Oh, no, he's got the 4, I'm sorry. But I would probably shoot the 1.
I think the 1 is still the right shot.
And folks, coming up next, I believe we're going to have Mitch Ellerman and Ben Sutherland in the booth for you. So for those of you that have gotten tired of hearing my voice.
I'm curious. We may have to our 4 p.m. match with John Moore and Corey Duell has already started.
Oh, they started.
Yeah, they went ahead and started. I think they realized what was happening on this
Yeah.
table. But the good news is they're on the table that is closest to our feature table, and I think we do have a camera or two that can make its way over
to that match.
to that match. So as soon as this one's done, like George said, he's going to step out for a little bit. Mitch Ellerman and I will handle the commentary for the next match. I don't think George has had a break since the event started. I think he's been in on every match.
Well, you guys need to, whoa, they need to hear some young guns in here, not these old guys. And, you know, Mitch brings a lot to the table. You do too. So, give you some different insights. I seem to talk too much.
No, that's what they brought us here for. It's our soothing and seductive voices.
Savage. Did he get just... He's on that 4. Yep, he's good. I'd like to be a little bit to the left of where he's at now, and a little bit further away from the 12 so he can bridge comfortably. And that's exactly where he ended up.
That's a lovely shot. Draw the ball back
Can you
to where it is
imagine?
now.
Such good position. Pinpoint.
Yep.
Just a little bit of it. If he can get right where he's at now, he likes it a lot. If he can get way over there, he doesn't like it so
He
much.
overcooked it just a
He's
touch.
okay.
He
He's
can still
okay.
go into it.
Yeah.
So at 100 to 44.
That's the problem with draw shots.
And
Is sometimes adrenaline has you overcook them.
I think he's got a 56 ball run going. We are going into rack number 12 here.
Now, Gabe did have some runs yesterday that were pretty formidable. They were pretty good runs. Yeah, I saw my sheet from his match, so I can look at that. He had some good runs. That's not it.
Well, George is going to take a look around for those statistics while he's doing that. Just be you folks and myself for a few minutes. Great shot from Warren. Pockets a ball. Rack opens up. Okay. I think 14 balls probably his target ball here.
He had a couple of runs that were in the 40s or the 50s, I believe.
Very nice.
And I just wanted to confirm that before I said what I just said.
I was talking with Billy between matches. I went over to let him know that, as far as we know, on the stream table, he's got the high run of the event so far at
Oh,
73 balls.
right.
And he said, really, I ran 73 balls? That's my high run.
By himself.
By himself, yeah.
Said he ran 114 with Shane's coaching.
Yeah. 73 or 72 is my high run ever as well. But Billy, I think I've probably played a little bit more than Billy, and I think if he put some effort, some time into just straight pull, he could easily be in the century or two mark.
And then Billy actually asked him, he says, well, do I get paid for that? And whereas I kindly stepped in, yeah, when it's 627, you get paid.
That's right.
There's a new record.
John Schmidt.
Mr. Schmidt, good going, great going.
Hopefully that makes its way into the record books, the Guinness book. It was documented. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Actually, there's I just saw a YouTube video that was posted on Facebook in regards to that, and it was a news channel out of Monterey, California,
Mhm.
and Channel 8, I believe it was. And they said that the film has been sent to be verified and documented to give him credit for the run.
Awesome. He deserves it. Very cool. Yeah, I don't believe Mr. Mosconi's run was on film. I think they had a bunch of signed affidavits.
Did they have film back then, 1954?
I
Yeah, there are films of matches back then. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I was 2 years old.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even a thought yet.
Your parents.
My
weren't
parents
born
weren't even
here.
thoughts yet. Yeah. How's that make you feel, folks? George?
You see how he fixed that one for you? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to poke the whole crowd. I'll correct myself and just.
You know something? It doesn't really matter to me. I'm glad to be right where I'm at. Every day above ground's a good day. And I don't have any bad days. So life is good.
Must be. I wish I could say the same. Have the occasional bad day. Mostly self-inflicted.
Well, what are we going to do here? Shoot this 13 ball and open these up? Can he even get to it? Or does it have to shoot the combo? You know what I would shoot before shooting the combo? Is that billiard on the 7 off the 11.
You wouldn't just shoot the
Cue
7 straight in?
Can you see the 7 straight in?
Maybe not on this particular shot.
Well, if you can't shoot the 13, what's he going to shoot?
You could shoot the 13 or the 7, I think. Maybe even the 10. No,
Oh,
the
you
10
can
doesn't
shoot the
pass,
ball
but yeah, the
straight
7.
in. Thank you for that angle. You can shoot it straight in.
It's got to be torture for Gabe over there. It's been 56 balls now.
I'd be sound asleep by now.
Yeah, it's been 4 or 5 racks.
Yeah.
And there's no way to know how long of a run your opponent's going to go on either. But we were
No.
joking yesterday saying sometimes you got time to eat lunch,
Have lunch, yeah.
make a phone call, run an errand.
Well, if you're playing John Schmidt, you could have 4 hours.
Yeah, you could have worked half a shift at work.
Yeah, there you go. My first comment would be, do I have to pay table time?
Oh gosh,
You got the time, right, John?
that would be. If he was being charged for all the time he's put in for
Oh,
the
no,
practice that he's put in over the last couple of months, that'd be thousands of dollars in table time. Thankfully, he's got the support of the pool community.
Uh-oh.
So those two come up. You made one here and one here. Those two spot, and that's it. And then you're gonna take one off your score. And one
Correct.
comes off your score.
That's correct. So he's going to lose.
My. John's up there. He's coming.
Well, he made 2 balls in one shot.
Oh, he made 2 balls?
Yeah.
John
Calm
said,
down,
what's
Gabe.
going on?
Gabe's getting a little.
Well, he's being questioned. He goes,
Yeah.
I got it from here.
So 7 minus 1 is 6. You got 6 more.
See, he's taken so much easier if you take it off your total score and maintain the integrity of the rack score.
Gabe now taking a moment to
Taking a little moment.
clear his mind, use the restroom. We are over the 2-hour mark, so I can't say that I blame him for needing to step away for a moment. And George is going to do the same. He's going to go refill his cup of water. And while he's doing that, I will take another moment to show some appreciation to our sponsors, Cyclop Pool Balls. This is the new Cyclop Hyperion set of pool balls. JB Cases. Contact John Barton, JB Cases. Great quality product. Thank you, John Barton. Simonis Cloth, a beautiful blue Simonis 860 that you see this diamond table wrapped in. It's that Simonis Cloth. Predator cues, the official cue and the official glove of CSI. Discount custom apparel. Visit dcashirts.com for all your custom apparel needs. And of course, this event is being produced by CSI and hosted at Griff's Billiards here in lovely Las Vegas. Suppose we could take this moment to go over our summer/fall lineup of events to come, July 17th through the 27th at the Rio here in Las Vegas. We have the USA Pool League National Championships and the BCA Pool League World Championships.
Do you know them all?
You can jump in. I think we've also got the Diamond
Las Vegas Nine Ball Open.
Yes, thank you. That's what, 128 players?
200 limit?
Limited, yes. $275 entry?
That's right. Benny says he's going to play in that.
I was thinking about it.
There you go. It's on 9-foot diamonds.
It's my
July
favorite.
17th through the 20th.
And we also have Predator World 10-Ball Championships.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
going to
be
be, you know, we're going to see a lot of talent. I really enjoy watching the international players come over. I'm telling you.
It's a
last
treat when they
year's-
make their way over, isn't it?
Last year's U.S. Open here at Griff's, the U.S. Open 8-ball and 10-ball, you know, you had Torsten Holman, Ralph Souquet. Those guys are actually a pleasure to be around. They come up, they're so friendly. They're very, very approachable. You know,
I was driving the
it's
shuttle
just-
bus
it's fun.
last year,
Yeah.
back and forth
That's
from
right.
the Rio to
That's
here,
right.
so I
You-
got to pick their
got the-
brains a little
all
bit
of 'em,
and
yeah.
drive around with them numerous times. It's pretty fun.
He wanted to charge me money to drive me to the darn Rio. Yeah, there was no charge.
No charge.
What
Tips,
they do-
tips
what-
are greatly appreciated.
What
though.
Griff's does is they have the shuttle bus from the Rio to Griff's, and I think it leaves like every hour.
Yep. I left. I left here. I left the. Excuse me. I left the Rio to head here on the hour every hour, so it was very easy for anybody at the Rio that wanted to come here. All they had to remember was be out there on the hour, whether it's noon, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up till. I think we did the last pickup at 9 or 10 p.m. Just kind of depending upon demand at that moment. And then I would drive from the Rio to here, which is about a 3-4 minute drive. It's about 2 miles.
It's a mile and a half.
Yeah.
According to Google, it's a mile,
Yeah.
1.2 miles.
Is that what
because
it
I
is?
walked it the other morning.
That's right, you did.
And I'll walk it again. I usually like walks in the morning. I usually walk my dogs. So it was good. But it's nice to, and I won't walk it in July
No.
unless it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
In July, I mean, I'm not going to tell you where and where not to go. I don't believe we have anything at Griff's in July. I think it's all centered at the Rio.
Right.
So I'm not going to tell you not
So-
to go back and forth. Obviously, come here and play and,
That's
and
right.
support the pool room if you're able to. But I don't think the demand will be quite as high as last year when we had the U.S. Opens here, and it was at the same time.
Yeah, but Mark Griffin has that shuttle
That
sitting right outside.
yeah, he sure does. And we actually,
Benny borrows it for a party bus.
we actually just put a large chunk of money back into that. Got all new tires on it. Got the air conditioning all fixed. So it's primed and ready for this summer. So we'll see how much use we get out of it.
I know. Warren's not too primed and ready here. He doesn't like this 9-ball.
Why?
Why?
Yeah,
He's too close to it. I don't like shooting balls this close to you.
I love it.
Okay.
Just stop it right there. Put the brakes on.
As you-
It looks pretty straight to me. It doesn't look like he has to do anything
As he double hits it.
with the angle. Yeah. Now he's got another one into the opposite side. 15 ball.
See, those are ugly shots to me.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
No?
No. Oh, is that covering your score? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just kind of quickly trying to do some math to see if Warren was going to need another rack, and he will. Should he run these out, he will need to break into the next rack.
Yeah, that's 120.
He actually started this rack with 100 and then lost a ball on a foul. So he's actually coming off a 99 at the beginning of this rack. We did have a score update earlier when the inning changed, when Gabe was brought into the table. I believe this will put him at like 113 if he gets out.
Oh, okay. I got
You
you.
see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I thought the score was 106 plus the 114 you just ran.
No, yeah, it was
Plus the 14.
100 going into this rack, and he lost the ball. I can't remember if it was the break shot or the shot after. He scratched. Remember, he pocketed 2 on that one shot and scratched. And Gabe and John kind of clarified things. As John was wondering, our referee John Lehman was wondering why Gabe was spotting 2 balls.
Right.
And that was because Kiamco fouled, but he pocketed 2 balls on the ball. So those 2 came back out. So I believe
You
it-
got 2 straight. It's okay, Warren. Just bring it back a little bit, stun it high as you can to get back for the 10. No, never mind. He's going to use the 8 ball to break him. He likes his break shots away from the rack. Apparently, it's the second or third time he's chosen the ball further away from the rack
Yeah.
than being in close. Hello.
Hello.
Wow, that was close, and you can see it got away from him because you saw his reaction as to how close that ball came to the side pocket. He wanted it about a diamond away, and he came within about an inch.
When I
Got
made up,
part of the round.
when I made up my score sheet at the beginning of this match, I predicted a 13 rack match.
Did you really?
We are going into rack
Oh, yeah, you
13
did.
right now. And Warren needs 12.
I just think it just worked out that you were too lazy to put 14 or 15 on there.
As weird as it sounds, I was like, I'm going to put my shoe size. I'm betting on the 13.
Well, he's got to open these up because he needs pretty much this rack. Needs 12. Come on up, 11. Oh, perfect.
Again with 2 on the break. We've seen that from Warren 3 different occasions now.
He's efficient.
He sure is. I wonder if there's something to that or if it just happens to work out that way. I wonder if he's doing something, throwing the cue ball or using a certain English that's influencing the opposing corner ball.
Do you remember which ball he hit?
I don't know.
Did he hit the ball before the end or the?
I thought he hit the center ball.
Then now you found a dead shot.
I just wonder if he's using a certain English that's causing a throw on that corner
English
ball.
wouldn't matter. It's a 4 ball. Here, you watch it. You can watch it up here.
Oh, yeah. So he came into the second to last ball.
He came between the second to last ball and the 5. So now you rack the balls and hit there and see if you make the corner ball. See if you have a dead shot.
It's a good little piece of possibly helpful.
Because whatever's done by accident can be reproduced if you can, if you can do everything the same, and it'll work it should work every time.
Well, nothing simple about
3
this.
ball.
Yeah.
3 ball in the corner. Question is, will he choose to play safe so as not to provide Gabe with any kind of opportunity? I think I'd shoot the 3 ball here, and this cue ball goes to the side rail back for the position for the 4 or the 6.
Yeah, I like that. I don't.
Or the 13's in the jaws too. So all you have to do is pocket the ball. You'll have a shot. Unless, of course, you follow it and go right into the side pocket, but he won't do that. He's probably hitting it with low English or center. And we have takeoff. ace. Nothing simple. Things don't seem to flow for Warren.
He certainly finds a way to chop through it, though, doesn't he? Sorry, I'm kind of trying to figure out who won the Jerry McWhorter Max Eberly match. I was looking at our tournament board and it hasn't been updated yet, but
No.
I'm just curious to see who. Okay, I was just told that Jerry conceded that match to Max Eberly. So Max will be on our 6 o'clock match. He will be playing the winner of Bob Jewett and Mark Vidal. And I think that match may have already wrapped up as well. It did. We'll find out who won here in a moment.
Max Everly won the match.
Yeah, I was told that he won by concession.
Mm-hmm. Mr. McWhorter went to congratulate John Schmidt in Monterey, California.
Oh, that is awesome. That's very big of him. I thought John was playing in the one pocket as well. Maybe he'll be back for that. Or excuse me, Jerry. Do we know who won between Bob Jewett and Mark Vidal? That will be the opponent for Max Eberly in that match.
Okay.
I'm running George ragged over here. George says, "You're making me exercise." Just trying to give you guys a little heads up of who our next match will be. My guesses. I don't know if you heard that. Mark Vidal won 125 to 52. So we will have Max Eberly and Mark Vidal, our 6 p.m. match. Like we were saying, Johnny Moore and Corey Duell off your screen at the moment. They were scheduled to be our 4 p.m. feature match. Things happen. This match ran a little bit longer on time.
He needs 2.
Yep.
Little follow, shoot the 9.
Bank the 9.
Put it. No, he's going to stop it and play the 14, just so that I wouldn't be right. The only reason. You heard me.
Gabe went ahead and conceded. So Warren Kiamco wins by a score of 125 to 44 over Gabe Owen. Just a moment, folks.